Julie has several favorite places to collect rocks. The Hickory Ridge area of the Hoosier National Forest is one of them. I enjoy riding the Hoosier, sometimes. I usually ride on the Hoosier National Forest in winter when I'm in terrible shape, and so are the trails. But at least I don't have to worry about freeze-thaw cycles or any other weather conditions for that matter. Julie likes to collect rocks in the Hickory Ridge area, and I can ride there, so it's often our destination as it was on this day. But this day was midsummer, not winter, and both me and the trails were in pretty good shape. These are shared-use trails, and they can have horse traffic. I saw horses at pasture, but I didn't see any on the trails, and Julie saw only 2 equestrians on her rock hike. Because I've been riding here since the late 1980s, I can put together any number of loops from memory. For this ride, however, I did a little research so I could explore new features. This closed bridge on Hunter Creek Road was one of those new features. Getting to and from the bridge was a little sketchy in the midst of heavy summer vegetation, but it wasn't terrible, and the bridge made a good focal point. On online maps, it looked like the right turn I took off Hunter Creek Road was a spur of a county road leading to the Midwest Trail Ride campground. In fact, it is the lane into and through the facility. Leaving the area, I was on their authorized connector trails until I picked up Hoosier National Forest trails. I was fortunate there was nothing going on the day I rode through, otherwise the campground and trails would have been teeming with riders. It would probably be best to avoid the area on event days. A link to the Midwest Trail Ride website is in the description so you can check on their calendar before you undertake this ride. The trails were far better maintained than in the recent past, but there were still a few trees down. I cleared what I could, but most will require a chainsaw. I have a long history with the Hoosier as a volunteer. In the early 90s, I sought to secure materials for flapper-style water bars, and a few of these are still found on Hoosier National Forest trails. I was also the first to bring Geo Textiles to the attention of the maintenance staff. I brought it up at a meeting with Russ Christensen and Ronnie Rourke in the mid or late 90s. I knew about it because I'd already started writing about construction at the time. Seeing a big roll of Geo Textile next to the trail brought back those memories. I came across a 4-foot garter snake on the trail and barely saw him in time to bunny hop over him. I was concerned I'd clipped him with a wheel, so I went back to check on him. I don't know what I would have done if he were injured. I have no training as a snake first responder, but all was well and he happily slipped off into the woods. My ride included paved roads, gravel roads, wide trails, and single track, even though I deviated from my intended route. The link to Ride with GPS shows my actual route, not my originally intended route. My first deviation came when I encountered Julie on her way back to the truck, and I changed course to ride alongside her for a bit as she hiked. I knew I could cross the road where we were parked and continue on Trail 4, which is what I did. My second deviation occurred when I came to a closed trail. I could have set off in another direction. The Hickory Ridge area has nearly 50 miles of trail and countless miles of gravel road, so it would have been easy to venture out farther. But I decided to head back toward the start and take some time exploring Hickory Grove Church on the way back. The church was founded in 1881 and is still in use with services every Sunday from May 1st to November 1st. As with most country churches, there's a cemetery on the grounds. do subscribe to the channel, click the bell so you're notified when I post new videos, and do share this video with others. Feel free to post your comments. I love hearing from you. I've gotten some helpful insights from folks and used them to make changes in my editing process. I discussed this with the behind-the-scenes level supporters on my Patreon page. That link is also in the description. Before the proliferation of new single track in our region, the Hoosier was the most convenient place to ride trails. Given the hundreds of miles of purpose-built single track now available within the same drive time, I rarely ride the Hoosier National Forest these days, and if I do, it's in winter. This was my first summer ride on the Hoosier in several years. Given how much I enjoyed today's ride, however, I'll be back long before the cold weather returns. And I'm sure Julie will be eager to go back with me. She hauled nearly 16.5 pounds of rock to the truck, but she left plenty in the forest for next time. I'm Rich Reese, and I'll see you out there.